lay back and take your socks and shoes right off. That natural light is so damn polite, can make you feel just like you were young again. Standing underneath the rows of trees, I can see where the ocean meets the sky. Under our clothes, a fire grows. We are ready for this life of running wild. We're running wild. Underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where.
On arriving back on the mainland, we spent a few nights in Melbourne to get the van serviced. That meant towing the van in and through those crazy busy streets.
And wasn't that an experience, towing a van through that heavy city traffic, and not to mention sharing the lane with trams.
So here we are driving in Melbourne, towing a bloody big van.
Yellow dotted lines, I don't know what that means, but I think it must mean it's a shared lane with the tram, so if we see a tram following us...
I'm getting greyer by the second. Here we are. We're driving in Melbourne. We're on a tram track. There's cars zipping around us everywhere.
I was in the left-hand lane, we stopped at the lights, and the left-hand lane on the other side of the lights was just car parking.
After the van's service, we left Melbourne where we headed north towards the Murray River. And boy, were we glad to get out of that concrete jungle and back into peaceful countryside surrounds.
We're on our way to Ayson Reserve, which is just south of the little town of Rochester towards northern Victoria. And we've just come through a little place called Heathcote and saw a bakery.
It wasn't just a bakery, it was the most incredibly kitted out baked goods shop that I've seen.
Biggest bakery
ever.
I've ever come across for, yeah.
It was beautiful, a beautiful family bakery. Check out these photos, they're awesome.
We'll show you some photos of it. We naturally had ourselves a pie and coffee,
yeah,
and then we bought a family-sized pie to take away and put in the freezer.
Chicken and leek pie.
And I think we've got dessert.
Yes, we have. We've got a vanilla slice and we've got a chocolate caramel slice as well.
So if you're travelling anywhere in this part of Victoria near the town of Heathcote, not far from Bendigo, I think about 50k from Bendigo, drop into Gaffney's Bakery. It's well worth it. And the pies were delicious too.
I was just about to add, isn't it nice to actually go to a checkout and see a sign there saying that cards don't get issued a fee?
Yeah, no card fees for your credit card. Yeah,
oh,
anyway.
Good job,
Nice spot. Enjoyed it.
Gaffney's
Bakery, well done. Well, this is the start of our second leg of camping in Victoria, and it's the second of our campsites, and I'll tell you what, it's a bloody good one. So if this is what it's going to be like in Victoria, we've certainly got some nice campsites to look forward to, and looking forward to some on the Murray River as well. We camped up here at Ayson Reserve on the gorgeous Campaspe River. It's a great little campsite and it's free. It's free for 2 nights without any registration. If you want to stay longer than 2 nights, you do have to register for a permit, but there's no cost for the permit. The campsite is located along the Campaspe River. There are bollards along most of the way to stop you camping too close to the river. This end where we are, there are no bollards, but there is a sign saying no parking any closer than 20 metres, which is fine. We're about 22 metres away. The campsite has toilets down the far end, and there's a sort of a camp kitchen there as well. It's basically just a shed with a covering where you can take your own cooking gear and tables and chairs, etc. There is a dump point there as well, but no other facilities. There's no bins or potable water, but it's free. and you can stay up to 28 days, I think it is. You can have campfires here as well. That's really nice. Makes it a great campsite. It's very peaceful here. We're really enjoying our time here. We're located, the campsite itself is located about 12 kilometres from the little town of Rochester, and we will be going in there and having a look around to see what lovely things Rochester has to show us.
The Rochester Mural Festival began after the 2011 floods, when locals came together to bring colour and life back into town. As we wandered the streets, we could see how it's done just that, transforming walls into vibrant canvases that celebrate creativity, community and the spirit of Rochester.
We've come into town again, just been to the butcher. Do you know what the name of the butcher was?
Cottons, I think it
Cottons
is.
Butchers.
Yeah.
Beautiful looking meat there.
Absolutely
Got some
gorgeous
lovely
meat.
eggs from Hoskins eggs,
yeah.
so which we've been told are really good
Top-notch.
organic eggs. So
Yeah. Go Hoskins.
and now we're going to the Rochester Bakery for bread, not for
No,
maybe
nothing
vanilla
else.
support. Oh,
Oh, no. Maybe a cup
bread,
of
I
coffee.
swear. That's it. We weakened. We got the bread, which is what we went in there for, but we also had coffee and snacks. Had a pie, which was actually pretty average, really.
We are so weak. Honestly, I didn't want to get anything. I was just keen to have a dirty chai. But I weakened, and in that weakened moment, I got a sausage roll. It was average.
See, the problem is when one of us weakens, the other one follows. That's what happens. Like, I just looked at the pies, and I'm having a pie, so Deb joined me. Like, I had a steak pie, and I like my steak pies with chunks of steak. That was mince. Anyway, the coffee's nice.
Friendly service, beautiful coffee. Thanks, guys.
Not sure how well you can see this, but anyway, we've come down at night time to try and capture the silo art at night. I think it would have worked all right, but we'll find out when we get home and put it on the computer. I had to go out using the drone at night time as well,
Yeah.
which is a little bit
Pretty
scary.
special.
But it sort of looked like it's taking some nice photos. So if you see some nice photos after this, it worked. If you don't, it didn't.
We weren't here.
That's our good morning here at Ayson Reserve.
Well, we've just packed up and we've left Ayson's Reserve. And when I say we've packed up, well, Paul usually does the outside, or not usually, Paul does the outside and I do the indoors. But you know, it's always astounding to me that there is so much dirt to sweep up on the inside. And I blame it on Paul's size 12 shoe that walks in and out, carting surfboards full of dirt and mud.
In my defence,
Oh, there's no defence.
for the last 3 days it has been sort of raining off and on and overcast, so the ground is very wet and my shoes are like mud magnets, I tell you. And it doesn't matter that I bash and wipe them before I come inside, which I swear I do. They still have chunks of mud that fall out of the crevices when I walk in. So yes, guilty as charged. But anyway, on to more exciting stuff. We're on our way to a new campsite.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure where we're staying this evening.
We need power. We're down to 53, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we're down to 50, well, just above 50%, and I need to do some work for 4 or 5 hours, so that requires the inverter running, Starlink running, the computer running, so it does chew a bit of power. And if we don't get back to at least a above 90%, then we might head for a caravan park because it is forecast to be raining today.
Very disappointing.
Although the sun is out.
It is.
And also, if the campsite at the Murray River is too wet, it does get boggy there, the reviews say, if it's rainy. So if they're boggy, then we'll probably change our mind and head to a caravan park. So we're either going to be camping on the Murray at a nice free camp or on the Murray at an expensive caravan park.
Which we don't want to do.
Which we'll avoid if we can.
We've detoured.
We have detoured, decided that we'll go to power because I've got work to do and the forecast is for rain, even though the sun's still shining. And the battery was down to 50%, so it's be up a bit now. But anyway, we're going to power. So we're going to
Sea Lake Recreation Reserve. Which
we're
is
going to a little town called Sea Lake on Lake Tyrrell.
Well, it's by Lake Tyrrell, apparently.
Well, near Lake Tyrrell, there you go.
Some amazing silo artwork, and I'm intrigued to see this lake.
Anyway,
So that's
we'll
it's
show
a
you around
nice
when we get
detour.
there. It wasn't a well, it wasn't planned at all, as you
No.
know. We're heading up towards Robinville, but
That's what I love about wiki camps. You know, you can just hunt around and find these little gems.
That's exactly right. So on the way to our destination, Deb's gone, hey, look at this place. This looks nice. Okay, we're going there.
We'll let you know what it's like.
We'll see if it was a good idea or not. Well, this is not a good thing. It's the car not starting. I have no idea. We just pulled in to fuel up and hop back in to start it, and it's not starting. I wouldn't think even if the fuel was bad that it would do that, because it would take a little bit to pump that fuel up into the engine or into the carby. So I don't think it's bad fuel. It's just like it's not getting electrical or something. Anyway, I have roadside assist, so I've called roadside assist. We're at a little township called Kerrang in Victoria, so hopefully they have a roadside assist person here at the town itself, and they might be here in the next 15 or 20 minutes with a bit of luck. I'm hoping someone will turn up soon and the problem will be simple and not severe. Well, it is now 5 minutes later since that last video, and
Literally.
we're going. Roadside assist has been and gone, and we're moving. He arrived very quickly and popped the bonnet, and he pumped the little fuel primer on top of the fuel pump, and it started. So he said sometimes they'll just get a bit of an air block in there and pump it and it's right, or it could be that the fuel primer's on its way out, or the fuel pump's on its way out. But anyway, now I know what to do if it doesn't start again. And we won't go anywhere remote for a little while.
Definitely not.
And as I mentioned previously, it is booked in for its service in 6 days' time, so thank goodness for that. We'll probably get it fixed at that stage. But anyway, we're back on the road again.
Killing time, Friday night. Found a photograph of us without cares and worn out clothes. Doesn't seem so long ago. Now I'm just sitting here bored at home, and it really got me thinking of the times you took off on the road.
We finished our overnighter just staying at the Traveller's Way caravan park at Sea Lake.
What a great little spot that was. It was just an accidental find, and it was an absolute treat.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's run by volunteers, so
Yeah, amazing.
it was very cheap, like power and water, $25 a night. I mean, there's nothing flash there. They don't have the big...
No, it's definitely not flash, but it's definitely well worth a stop, that's
don't
for
have
sure.
the big children's playgrounds and all
No.
that sort of stuff. It's a basic camp, but really good. They've got
Yeah.
barbecues there, gas barbecues, showers and toilets.
Everything's spotlessly clean. It might be a bit outdated, etc., but it's certainly very clean and tidy.
Power and water, heaps of
Yeah.
bins everywhere. But
Yeah,
look,
it's
great,
amazing.
great spot. But Sea Lake itself, that's been a real treat because, like we said, it was just an accidental find for us. But we've found the silo art here. We watched the Silo show last night, the light activation show, whatever it's called.
It's like a silo. It's projected on two of the silos, and it's just basically animation and video, like an outdoor drive-in theatre, wasn't it?
We'll show you some video because we can't explain it better than what the video and the photo. So Deb's got some nice photos. We'll put them on now. So we'll give you the daytime shots and the nighttime shots.
Gotta stop in here to Sea Lake. It's awesome.
And one of the things the night show did tell us about was Lake Tyrrell. We're going there now.
We're off there now.
Hopefully we'll stay there tonight and do some great star photographs, but it's a really cloudy day, so that may not work out, unfortunately, but we'll see.
On our stop in Sea Lake, we caught our first glimpse of the silo art, but we soon discovered the silos came alive with a vibrant light projection show in the evening.
We're here at the Silo Art at Sea Lake to see the night show, which comes on at 6:40, which is about 2 or 3 minutes. The place is fairly in blackness, so I'm not too sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but hopefully it is, and hopefully we'll see a light show starting very shortly.
The show celebrates the stories and landscapes of the Mallee with themes of resilience, farming life and the beauty of nearby Lake Tyrrell. What makes it extra special is that it was created with local artists and the community, so it feels truly connected to the area. It was here we learnt about Lake Tyrrell.
When you arrive at Lake Tyrrell, there's an upper car park and a lower car park. The upper one has long parking for caravans, and then the lower one says for cars and minivans only, no long vehicles. It's only about a kilometre walk from the upper car park down to the lower one and to where the viewing platform is and the signs, the boardwalk, etc. and the stargazing area. Nice easy walk out here. They've got a boardwalk most of the way out if you're coming from the upper car park, or raised dirt tracks, which is all very easy to negotiate. And you get a beautiful view on the way. I quite enjoyed that walk along the boardwalk.
It really is lovely. I mean, we've picked a bit of an overcast day, but it just casts some amazing colours. The cloud formation around us is just stunning. It really is.
Probably about another 10 centimetres of water to give more reflection would have been nice, but we have what we have.
Still beautiful.
It is still beautiful. At least there is water here.
I was just saying to Paul, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this landscape. It really is new to me.
Yeah, I guess I've been to mud flats and things like that, but I don't think I've been to a salt lake before. Anyway,
The colours are spectacular.
the reflection of the water, yeah. At least it's a calm day, so the water's calm, even though there could be more water around.
It is so next level, out of this world, beautiful.
Even though we've got a cloudy day here, it's just adding to the atmosphere with the reflection. Got that dark cloud with bright highlights on it, and that's all being reflected in the surface. And I had the drone up, and I'll show you the footage of that shortly. and it's the reflection. It's almost hard to pick what is the reflection or what is the sky. It's
I was
just
just saying
stunning.
to Paul, it reminds me of when I was a kid. You probably did this as well, but you'd walk along with a mirror in front of you like you were walking on the clouds. This is walking on the clouds. It has this, so the clouds are dark and full at the moment, and a little overcast. Excuse the sound of the plane above us. But it has this eerie atmosphere about it. It has an unusually eerie, beautiful setting. It's very indescribable almost. You actually see it to believe it.
And
You have to see it to
I'm
believe
glad
it.
we got just enough water to be able to seal this reflection.
Yeah.
I don't think it would get a lot deeper because it would only have to go up 30 centimetres beyond the walkway we're on, so perhaps this is pretty normal.
But you can see the salt caked. Like it's almost hard looking.
They,
But I'm not game to
I
walk
don't
on
know
it.
if they still, I don't know if they still mine salt here. They certainly used to, and there's a couple of salt mounds over there, which I've got some drone footage of, and I'll show you. So some leftover salt mounds from the days they used to harvest. I think they actually still do, but way down the other end. I'm not 100% sure. I'll put a comment down below to confirm or deny. We've come out to the edge of the Salt Lake. Deb's actually walked along this little sort of a trail there. What is it?
Oh, it's like a ledge.
Bit of a man-made ledge. Not sure exactly what it is, whether it's meant to be a walking trail or not, but it gets too boggy, so I guess not. But it's just glorious. We're so enjoying looking around this Salt Lake since it's the first one we both have seen. We come out here to film the sunset over Lake Tyrrell, and it was nice, but it was probably just a little bit disappointing.
Well, when you say disappointing, that's
Bit harsh.
it is a bit harsh actually.
Well, what I should say is there was some colour, but there wasn't as much colour in the sky to then reflect into the water, so it was limited on colour. The reflections were still beautiful. It was still very stunning, but a really red sunset reflected onto the lake would have just been next level.
would have topped it off.
Yeah, and we didn't get that. But well, can't get everything.
No, you certainly can't.
But anyway, we're going to stay here overnight and try for a sunrise. Just try our luck.
There's also a sky lounge for you to lay back and enjoy the magical stars on a dark, cloudless night.
Well, we're up for the morning sunrise. I've got the GoPro up, hence that buzzing in the background. It's a bit cold, but boy, this is beautiful. It is lovely to see Lake Tyrrell on sunrise. left the Travellers Rest Caravan Park at Sea Lake, and we've travelled only about 40k or so to Nandaly Travellers Rest. I must say I'm really impressed. This is a free camping location put on by the community of Nandaly. I'm not sure if it's Nandaly or Nandaly, I could be pronouncing it incorrectly. But what a great little spot they've got here. Where we're parked up, there's room for about 3 caravans. But across the road, you can see one caravan across the road, there's room for probably another dozen over there. 2 of the sites are powered and it's still free. All they ask is you go and have a drink or a meal at the pub, which we'll be doing this evening. They have clean, modern toilets here, a gas barbecue. They've got a couple of fire pits with timber stacked up beside the fire pits. And this is all free. This is really fantastic. What a great community to put that on. And it's such a small little town. We drove around it, literally about 20 or 30 houses here. And I guess it's a bit of a support hub to all the wheat farms in the area. And it gets high ratings on Wikicamps. If you're in this area, I'd recommend this place highly for a overnighter or a couple of nights. But one of the things I like about this spot is it's a great location if you want to visit the Tyrrell Lake itself, which we've done once already, and we're going back out for some sunsets shots this evening. We did some morning shots early this morning, and it was such a beautiful lake, and we're literally, I think it's 28k from the lake, so a 20-minute drive to go to the viewing platform of the lake. We finish up at Nandaly's Travellers Rest. It's a great little free spot, as we've already mentioned. Heading on now to Hattah Lake, which is a national park, and it's free as well because Victorian parks are all free until end of June, so we're only mid-June, so we've got another free campsite coming up, which is fantastic. We've arrived and set ourselves up at Lake Hattah, which is a lovely little spot about 70k south of Mildura, so we're still on our way to Mildura, but we'll do an overnight stop here.
It was a little bit of an accidental find, really. Oh, but thanks to Wikicamps, of course. But what an absolute little delight. Here we are parked up in what feels like the middle of nowhere, and we've got this gorgeous spot right on the lake all to ourselves.
Got a beautiful sandy beach we're parked up on.
Yeah, and check out these Boeing 747s.
The big...
The lake is riddled with pelicans.
Well, riddle's probably not the right word, but there are quite a lot of them. Yeah, no, there are a lot. There are a lot of pelicans here, and they just glide in like this big Boeing jetliner or whatever and skim onto the lake. I'll see if I can I'll probably get some photos because we don't have any lenses long enough with video, so it'll just be photos of them landing.
They look really, really cool.
It's a nice little spot. I think we're all alone here. There might be one other camper way over further, which we can't see through the trees. I did see a camper drive in and turn around, so they may have parked over further. There was a bush tracker parked on this beach with us when we arrived, but they've left. And now we're here, we've got it all to ourselves. That's really nice.
It is, it's beautiful.
So we'll have a relaxing night here and head off to a spot at Mildura tomorrow. Mildura yesterday, and as we've mentioned previously, that's to get our car service, which is booked in for tomorrow. But as we're travelling to Mildura, we passed through a little town of Redcliffs, just about 12 k's south of Mildura. So we've returned there today because we noticed a couple of points of interest. One is a machine called Big Lizzie, which we'll show you around, and the next one is the lookout over the Murray River. So we'll show you both of those points of interest. Specifications here say that Big Lizzie is 34 foot in length and 11 foot wide and 18 foot high. It's a big piece of machinery, it really is. It has a 60 horsepower single cylinder crude oil engine which weighs 8 tonnes, so one cylinder and it weighs 8 tonnes. There's not only the display boards around the place which give information on Big Lizzie and photographs, etc. There's also this little audio.
Upon completion of her job, she said, proud and lasting for near 40 years until brought back to life.
You also get the audio store if you want it. I don't know how the sound's going to go because there is a lot of traffic noise around here, but hopefully you can hear us okay. It really is a fascinating piece of machinery. So these big wheels here with these gigantic lumps of metal are a bit like laying down tracks for it. So they're called dreadnought wheels. It was the designer Bettrell's designed this dreadnought wheel, and it's almost like, if you look at it, laying down big max tracks to get across the sand and mud. So they've got 3 max tracks, basically, gigantic max tracks on each wheel, which lays down and enables it to go through the sand and the mud. Deb's convinced it's a Mad Max design. We're back on the mighty Murray. It's been about 4 months since we've been on the Murray River, 5 months perhaps even.
It's such an impressive river, isn't it?
It is. And
the mighty Murray.
The mighty Murray. And where we're looking at the moment, this lookout is called Red Cliffs. And they are beautiful red cliffs with that striped pattern in them.
Yeah,
they're really quite gorgeous.
Colors of white and grey behind an empty space. Can't always tell what you're thinking, but now it ain't the same.
We're not camping on the Murray at this point because we've chosen a caravan park just across the road from where we're getting the car service. But we hope to be on the Murray River by the end of this week somewhere, maybe near the town of Wentworth. We're headed back to the car park and noticed a structure off a bit in the bush, and it looks like a ramp and a platform. Where we went was clearly not the proper lookout, but it was a great lookout anyway. But there is no clear instructions here. There's tracks that just go off in all directions and no signs to say where to go.
Here's the ramp. So take the pathway left, not right.
If you take the right-hand pathway, you will see some beautiful cliffs.
You will.
But there is no fencing. Well, you have to sort of climb through a fence to get to them, actually. Clearly not the designated lookout as we are now on.
Here we are. This looks much more like a lookout,
Well,
a viewing platform.
it's very poorly signed, as in no signs at all.
Still pretty impressive.
Yeah. There is a fair bit to see around Mildura, but we might end this episode here, and any more sights of Mildura will be next episodes.
If you'd like to see anything more about Mildura, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out anything.
See you on next episode. We'll see you then.
Ciao.
See you, everyone.